बैक टू माय चैनल। दिस इज़ प्रियांशु। तो आज हम पढ़ेंगे एनसीईआरटी रीडिंग ऑफ म्यूचुअलिज्म। So let's start. This interaction confers benefits on both the interacting species. Lichen represent an intimate mutualistic relationship between a fungus and photosynthesizing algae or cyanobacteria. Similarly, the mycorrhiza are association between fungi and the higher roots of higher plants. The fungi help the plant in absorption of essential nutrients from the soil, while the plant in turn provide the fungi with energy yielding carbohydrates. The most spectacular evolutionarily fascinating examples of mutualism are found in plant-animal relationship. Plants need the help of animals for pollinating their flowers and dispersing their seeds. Animals obviously have to be paid fees for services that the plant expect from them. Plant offers rewards or fees in the form of pollen and nectar for pollinators and juicy nutritious fruits for seed dispersers. But the mutually beneficial system should also be safeguarded against cheaters. For example, animals that try to steal nectar without adding it pollination. Now you can see why plant animals interaction often involve coevolution of the mutualists. That is, evolution of the flower and its pollinator species are tightly linked with one another. In many species of fig trees, there is a tight one-to-one relationship with the pollinator species of wasp. It means that a given fig species can be pollinated only by its partner wasp species and no other species. The female wasp uses the fruit not only as a oviposition site but uses the developing seed within the fruit for nourishing its larva. The wasp pollinates the fig inflorescence while searching for suitable egg-laying sites. In turn for the favor of pollination of fig offers the wasp some of its developing seeds as food for developing wasp larvae. Orchids show a bewildering diversity of floral patterns, many of which have evolved to attract the right pollinator insects and ensure guaranteed pollination by it. Not all orchids offer rewards. The Mediterranean orchid offerings employs sexual deceit to get pollination done by species of bee. One petal of its flower bears an uncanny resemblance to female of the bee in size, the color and marking. The male bee is attracted to what it perceives as a female, pseudocopulates with the flower, and during the process is dusted with pollen from the flower. When the same bee pseudocopulates with another flower, it transfers pollen to it and thus pollinates the flower. Here you can see how coevolution operates. If the female bee's color pattern change even slightly for any reason during evolution, pollination success will be reduced unless the orchid flower co-evolves to maintain the resemblance of its petal to female bee. हम पढ़ते हैं parasitism का एनसीईआरटी रीडिंग. Considering that the parasitic mode of life ensures free lodging and meals, it is not surprising that parasitism has evolved in so many taxonomic groups from plants to higher vertebrates. Many plants have evolved to be host specific in such a way that both host and parasite tend to co-evolve. That is, if the host evolves special mechanism for rejecting or resisting parasite, the parasite has to evolve mechanism to detect and neutralize them. In order to be successful, that same host species, in accordance with their lifestyles, parasite evolved special adaptations such as the loss of unnecessary sense organs, presence of adhesive organs or suckers to cling on the host, loss of digestive system and high reproductive capacity. The life cycle of parasites are often complex, involving one or two intermediate hosts or vectors to facilitate parasitization of its primary host. The human liver flux depend on two intermediate hosts to complete its life cycle. The malarial parasite needs vector to spread to other hosts. Majority of parasites harm the host. They may reduce the survival, growth, and reproduction of the host and reduce its population density. They might render the host more vulnerable to predation by making it physically weak. Do you believe that an ideal parasite should be able to thrive within the host without harming it? Then why didn't natural selection lead to evolution of such totally harmless parasites? Parasites that feed on external surface of the host organism are called ectoparasites. The most familiar example of this group are the lice on humans and ticks on dog. Many marine fish are infested with ectoparasite copepods cuscuta, a parasitic plant that is commonly found growing on hedge plants, has lost its chlorophyll and leaves it in the course of evolution. It derives its nutrition from the host plant which it parasites. The female mosquito is not considered as parasite although it needs our blood for reproduction. Can we explain why? In contrast, endoparasites are those that live inside the host body at different sites. The life cycle of endoparasites are more complex because their extreme specialization, their morphological and anatomical features are greatly simplified while emphasizing their reproductive potential. Broad parasitism in birds is a fascinating example of parasitism, in which the parasitic bird lays in eggs in the nest of its host and lets the host incubate them. During the during the course of evolution, the eggs of the parasitic bird has evolved to resemble the the host eggs in size and color to reduce chances of the host bird detecting the foreign eggs and ejecting them from the nest. Try to follow movements of cuckoo and the crow in your neighborhood park during the breeding season and watch broad parasitism in action. So this was all parasitism. कोई भी डाउट हो तो ज़रूर मुझसे कमेंट सेक्शन में पूछना एंड डोंट फॉरगेट टू लाइक सब्सक्राइब एंड शेयर टू माय चैनल. थैंक यू.